I'm going to zoom in. We are now recording. Okay, so we know that absolute value equations have how many answers? A what and a what? A positive and a negative. Very good. Tony, you need to stand up. It's those chairs.
I know. There's something on my back is fine. I think that's on my back.
Alright, so absolute value inequalities are the same. We are still going to have two answers. We are still going to have a positive and a negative. But this time, we're going to have an inequality sign. So our graph's going to look a little bit different. Are you guys ready? No? Okay. He wasn't ready. Alright, positive, negative. So we're still going to have an x is less than 5. Now, what do you think is going to happen to our inequality sign on our negative side? It flips. Very good. So x is greater than negative 5. So make yourself a note that says flip on the negative side. Potatoes. Am I not entertaining you? Are we ready to graph? Okay, so we have two answers. So how many dots are we going to have, or circles? 2. Now, are we going to have open circles or closed circles? Open. So let's put an open circle on 5 and an open circle on negative 5. Now we need to figure out where to shade. Now, read this inequality to me. Reggie? X is less than 5. Read this inequality to me. Uh-huh. Yes. All right, so what numbers are greater than negative 5? Greater than negative 5. Negative 4. All right, what numbers are less than 5? So that looks like this, and that looks like this, and boom, we're done. What does that look like? Did we just do something that looks just like that? I just connected my lines. What kind of inequality does this look like? We just did them last week for like 8 days. What does this look like?
Oh, it's compound.
What kind of compound? An and compound inequality. Good job. So, if it is less than, it is an and compound inequality. Look at us go. So what do you think greater than is going to be? Good job. Question so far?
No.
What question do you have then, Jorge? What? No, you cannot go to sleep. All right, now over here, how many answers are we going to have?
2.
All right, a what and a what?
Positive and negative.
What should we do on the negative side? Yes. So we're going to say x is greater than or equal to 3, and x is less than or equal to negative 3. And then we just graph. I know. All right, open or closed circles?
One open and one closed.
Closed on both.
Closed on both because they both have lines. So we're going to have a closed on 3 and a closed on negative 3. So read this inequality right here to me. Reggie? X is greater than or...
equal to.
Yes, x is greater than or equal to 3. So on this one, are we going to shade to the left or to the right? To the right. So everybody go to your 3 and shade to the right. read this inequality to me. Somebody besides Reggie and Alicia. Less than or equal to negative 3. So are we going to shade to the left or to the right? Is that an and or an or? It's an or. Look at that. So before we go any further, we're just going to practice 2 more of those. That way we make sure we completely understand what we're doing. Dos más. Ready? No, then we're not going to the house. Alright, so please do that one over here on the left. Alright, so write the 2 answers for those and graph them. How are we doing?
Good.
Can you give me like 3 seconds? Oh, it's not fast enough. These papers are not my friend. Okay. Come on. Where should this go? What's going to happen if we leave it? This looks like this, correct? So should this sign stay the same and this sign flip? Yes. Flip them wrong. So stay the same. Flip. Flip inequality. Fantastic. I would check that one. No, him. So now we're going to apply what we just did, where we had the positive and the negative, and we're going to solve some. Now, this tells you what to do first. So it says isolate the absolute value expression. What does the word isolate mean? It's kind of like you solve it first, but what does the word isolate mean? By itself. Fantastic. So isolate the absolute value expression means that we're trying to get the absolute value expression by itself. So looking at this right here, is our absolute value expression by itself? What's over here with it? We're trying to get the absolute value expression by itself. So this is our absolute value expression. This guy right here. And if you need to make the bars bigger, make the bars bigger. So what's over here with the absolute value expression? A -9. So what it means when you're trying to isolate it is you have to move this -9 over. So how would we move that -9? Add it. Awesome. So it says add 9 to each side so that all that is left is this. So now make your absolute value signs bigger so that doesn't look like a 14 and 21. So make them bigger. So now, how would we solve it from there? What would we have to do first? Nope. What would we have to do first? Anytime we do absolute value, what do we have to do? What did we do here? We broke it down into the positive and the negative, correct? So you're still doing that. So that's what we're going to practice here. Today we're just going to work on our and. So we're just going to be over here. Anytime you have an absolute value problem, well, let's make our bars bigger. You break it down into the positive and the negative every single time. So you're going to rewrite your problem as x plus a is less than b, and x plus a is greater than negative b. So how many answers do we have to have in absolute value? Two answers. Do I have two inequalities? Do I have one that is positive and one that's negative? And that's what you have to have. So two inequalities. Two inequalities. Write that down. Does everybody see both of my inequalities? No? Are you being funny? All right, now if I rewrote this one, how would I rewrite my first? How would I rewrite my positive? What would I write down? Not yet. I want to write the positive side. What would I write? Say it louder, Sarah.
Okay. X plus A is less than or equal to B.
Fantastic.
X plus A is greater than or equal to B. Negative B.
Negative B. Fantastic. So you still need two inequalities. Good job. A positive side and a negative side. Every single time. Every single time. Every single time. How many inequalities do you have to have? Every single time. All right, we're ready for our first problem. Maybe. Let's take a deep breath. Let it out. Get ready for this. That was not necessary. All right. We ready? Almost. Open your first flappy.
I don't remember Flappy.
Make your absolute value signs bigger. Now, what does step 1 tell us to do in that square at the top? What did it say to do? Isolate. Okay, so is our absolute value expression by itself over here? No, we have to get rid of this minus 4. So how would we do that? All right, so everybody add 4 to both sides. And then we have the absolute value of 3 minus 2x is less than 5. All right, now we have to have how many answers? A what and a what? Positives and negatives. So please write your lines like this. Write your positive and your negative. And remember, this is under my flappy. I've lifted my flappy up. Are we ready? All right, so we have 3 minus 2x is less than 5. And then I'm going to do my negative in green. 3 minus 2x. Do I have to flip my sign?
Yes.
Awesome. Is greater than negative 5. And then what do we do from here? No. We have to what? We're not done, guys. We only distribute when we have parentheses. We have to, that's what I'm talking about. Minus 3. He does pay attention sometimes. Good job. I'm proud of you. I really am. I know it sounds sarcastic, but I'm not being sarcastic. It's just my natural inflection. All right, so minus 3. Negative 2x is less than 2. Why is it negative?
Because
right here. Because the sign is a minus, right? So you keep your sign. Now what do we do? Divide by negative 2. So do we flip our signs? Because we divided by a negative. Okay, now you guys solve the green side without me. You guys solve the negative side without me. Do the same thing. Solve the negative side without me. Alright, so did you guys get x is greater than negative 1 and x is less than 4?
yes.
Yay! Kimberly, what'd you get?
How?
A negative divided by a negative is a...
Positive.
Yeah, that's all that happened. Alright, so now let's graph it. Do we need to see this for another minute? Is this going to connect or go opposite ways? Connect. Alright, I'm going to graph up here and call this example 1. My answer was x is greater than negative 1 and x is less than 4. Alright, open or close circles?
Open.
Open, because why? There's no line under it. Now this says x is greater than negative 1, so that's this way, and x is less than 4. They connect. Yay. Questions so far? Feel like we did okay on that one.
Can we do homework now?
No, we have another problem to do. Then we'll get homework. Alright, graph super fast. Let's go. Alright, so I want your graph for example 2 to be right here. And then I'm going to have homework underneath that. Alright. Are we ready? Almost? I don't know what you just said. You're ready? Okay. Well, no,
Vos también.
who are you yelling at, Jorge?
I'm gonna work on
We're gonna have 3 homework problems.
it.
No.
Maestra, ¿cuántos años tienes?
What?
Tiene 24.
Okay.
You 24, right?
I'm 30, guys.
44.
I'm 30. We've already been over this like 4 times. I will be 31 in April.
You lied. I thought you were 24, 25. Wait, you don't got April what? You got like 24,
April 29th.
Mine's but you're not 40.
Alright, so next what we're going to do before we leave each other is we're going to do the first step on this one and then you're going to finish it for homework.
Okay.
So that's one of your homework problems. We're going to do the first step, which is isolate the absolute value, and this is your homework. Now, it's a fraction. Who remembers how we get rid of fractions? Multiplied by what? Fantastic. You guys are on it. Y'all better be on it for homework tonight. Now, did I multiply by a positive side or positive 5 or negative 5? Positive, so I do not flip my sign. Now, how many answers are you going to have? A what and a what? Fantastic. So, you are going to finish this part for homework, finish solving it, and then graph it over here, and then I'm going to write your homework down. So, does everybody have this?
Yes, we do.
Yes? Almost?
Oh yeah, one boy.
No.
No. Okay.
Alright, so homework. You're going to you're going to solve and graph the second problem. And your homework, you're going to have 2 more. 2 more. Dos más. When I wake up.
¿Ese es un H o una?
I'm sorry? An H? Yay. Alright, so finish the other problem and these 2. The bell is ringing early.
I'm so good. I'm so tired.
Have a great day.